Hello there. So, what is your reason for wanting to buy a camper or a motorhome? It's the first question I like to ask anybody who wanders in here because your answer is going to really influence what I'm going to recommend for you today. Because everyone's reasons are different. And it's really going to influence whether you want to go with the full luxury motorhome with all the bells and whistles versus the more small and quaint pump-up camper, which keeps you a lot closer to nature. Right? Okay. So, what is it? A tour of all of the national parks. Well, that is a wonderful reason for wanting to get a motorhome or a camper. Now, let me get started on your file here so we can get all of the information in. I love that. National Park Tour. Now, we can go a lot of different directions with that. You can go very rugged, or you can go super high-end and comfortable. It's really going to depend on a couple other factors. Is this going to be a solo trip, or are you going to go with family? Or maybe friends, roommates, something like that. Okay. I love that. Okay, great. Now, do you have some national parks that you are most interested in visiting? Because there's a big difference going to, let's say, Yellowstone, more farther in the north where it's cooler, and going to the Grand Canyon, which is in the middle of the desert. So it's going to make a difference, especially times of years. So you want to kind of hit everything. Okay. So we're doing all of the national parks, and we're going to be spanning a lot of different climates. So we're looking for something that hits all of those climate factors: cold, wet, dry, and hot. So and hot climates and everything in between. Now, would you like to have a shower? This is a big question about what your level of comfort is, because everybody is different. Some people are fine with kind of camping, just hardcore camping, no shower, no bathroom. But other people want the comforts of having a shower or even a bath in their motorhome or camper. So preferable, yes, I totally get that. Totally get preferring at least to have a shower. I will say, however, that any of the campgrounds and places you're going to be parking or setting up camp are typically going to have some form of a public shower in them. I'm going to later recommend some of those for you. So if you're okay with using public facilities, then they are usually available. Okay? How about this? Are you comfortable driving a very large vehicle potentially? Okay. Moderate. And what sort of vehicle are you currently driving? Okay, a lot of people think that you need a big vehicle to tow a pop-up camper, but we do have an option I'm going to be showing you in here that can actually be towed by a small family vehicle, if you can believe it. So you don't necessarily need a big truck or van to have a pop-up camper. Alright, so we will keep that in mind. So, in terms of cooking meals at home or eating out, what are we preferring? Because having a nice cooking environment, a kitchen almost, right in your motorhome can save you a lot of money, preventing you from eating all of your meals in restaurants. And it's also a lot healthier. You don't have to eat fast food the whole time while you're on your national park tour. Of course, a lot of the pop-up camper options do have cooking sort of facilities, but the motorhomes are going to come with those full service appliances with the 4-burner stove and the oven. So it's something to think about. Okay? So prefer cooking mostly. Yeah. And sometimes eating out. Of course. What is your sort of camping experience already? Have you gone tent camping a lot and you're kind of looking to do an upgrade now? Alright, so you have some experience. That's always helpful, I think. So, let's just for a moment imagine what sort of things you're going to experience on your tour. What are you looking forward to the most? Could be all sorts of things, kind of being connected to nature, the scenic outlooks, hiking. Are you a big photography fan? Stuff like that. Definitely want to give you one of these little cameras. We like to include a couple little goodies along with each purchase. And one is a little disposable camera, because of course you need to take a lot of pictures, as many as you can, when you go on your vacations. So, do you like history? Maybe nearby historic sites? Yeah, of course. Because you don't have to just shoehorn yourself into only being out in nature. There's tons of wonderful historic towns and cities nearby to a lot of national parks, which are very interesting to see. So, architecture. easy trails or some of the more intense ones through the mountains. Yeah. You're open to different things. It's great. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now I have a pretty good idea of what you're looking for. I want to show you our brochures here. These are the current options that we have. We have pop-up campers by Apache Eagles, and we also have Shasta Motorhomes, and we have Itasca Motorhomes also. So let's take a look at them each, because they all have their own little specificities, their own quirks, and their own sort of people that they're suited for. So okay, so let's start out by looking at the pop-up camper options. We have the series of Apache Eagles. Now, let's take a look inside this brochure. And as you can see, we have 3 different options really. On your right here, we have the smaller Eagle 4. And then on your left here, we have the larger, more full options, Eagle 6 and Eagle 8. You can see little diagrams here of what the floor plan looks like. And I want to start over here with the Eagle 4, because the Eagle 4 is great budget option. It's the closest to tent camping, and as we said, with your car you could very easily pull the Eagle 4. You don't need a big truck to pull it because it's very lightweight and much simpler. It's a very good budget friendly option. Great for a young family. Now, just because it's a more simpler and lightweight option doesn't mean it's too small for a lot of people, because it can sleep up to 6. It has the 2 beds on the side and also the dinette, which converts into a bed which can sleep 2 children. And taking a look at the Eagle 6 and Eagle 8, this is very much the classic pop-up camper. There's the 2 double beds on the side, and also conversions for more beds. The Eagle 6 sleeps 6 people, and you can squeeze 8 people into the Eagle 8. So there's a lot more storage options. It's bigger. There's kind of an open floor plan. You can see how it looks on the inside. These 2 photos. You have a stainless steel sink. You even have a gas range right there. You get an ice box so you can store food and do a bit of cooking. You have sliding privacy draperies to give you a little bit of privacy in your bedrooms. You get ventilation, a screened door, a screened entrance door. And overall, it's just more comfortable than the Eagle still get much more of a camping experience compared to a motorhome. And I do really like this option for you. I like this option because it's a little bit more close to my heart. I grew up camping in a pop-up camper, quite similar to the Eagle 6 and Eagle 8. And there's nothing quite like sleeping in a campground next to a big pond and listening to all the frogs croaking at night. It's just a wonderful thing. So, on the back we have all of the optional options with their additional costs. You can even have a little bathroom inside the camper and a little bit more comfort. And you can even add on a furnace if you're planning on being in some of these national parks during the colder months. So let's take a look now at the motorhome options. Now that we have a feel about the pop-up campers. We'll start with the Itascas. You can see there's Logan on here. Great places, going places. Now, the beginning here is the full-size Itascas. But I'm actually going to start by showing you the mini Itasca. You can see some interior photos of the mini. And some of the general floor plans of the minis. These are a good balance of comfort, budget, and practicality. They're easier to drive than the full-size Itascas, of course, and they still include a lot of the amazing amenities of the full-size. You get basically a full kitchen. You can see the 4-burner stove, the stainless steel sink, all of the options. And you also have wonderful inside shower facilities. See the bathrooms. You also have your dinette, your comfortable sleeping area, a catwalk through design with this raised roof here at the front so you can stand up more comfortably in the driver's area. You have a lot of storage areas, automatic transmission, power steering, all of those wonderful things to make it easy, especially for a first-time motorhome owner. Really, you get all of the comforts of a motorhome without feeling intimidated by driving a very massive vehicle. Of course, if the driving doesn't scare you, let's take a look at the full-sized Itascas. I see this as an amazing option for anyone doing a cross-country tour of all of the national parks. This is basically a home on wheels. You get so many luxurious options that you don't get with a pop-up camper. Even in these full-size Itascas, you have a bathtub and a shower. Just imagine taking a bath and then walking out, and you're in Yellowstone Park right there. There's a lot of different options for floor plans. You can have a lounge in the rear as well as a bedroom. And here you get a larger refrigerator. You have an oven even, so you can do baking as well as cooking on your range top. Some models even have a wet bar. All of the mattresses are comfortable with thick foam. You get a V8 engine with these full size, power steering, power brakes, and just a lot more storage capacity. So really, if the budget is there and you're ready for something big like this, this is 100% the best option for a long-term traveling across the country experience. You're never gonna feel like you need to stop at a hotel just to take a shower and freshen up, because you have all of the amenities right here with you. You can just see how large the kitchen is, the full-size stove and range, the full-size refrigerator. It really is just a home on wheels. Okay. Now let's look at the other brand. We have the Shastas. You can see just what I said. Shasta is America's second home. Now they have the full-size Shastas, but I want to start with the minis first. You can see the mini Shastas have a very similar design to the Itascas. They have this cabin right at the top here, which makes it easier for a driver walkthrough. And also, there's an option to put a bed right up there in the front, so you could squeeze another person up there. These are really warm and welcoming. I really like the Shastas. They have much more of a homey feel to them. Shastas come with a lot of different customizable options for how you want the layout to be. You can see a lot of the different options here. You can see that overhead bunk. And different options for how you want the layout to be. You can have, for example, double bed in the back. You can even have the bathroom in the back with the closet, or sort of a split sort of style with the bed and the bathroom in the back, bathroom in the front, lounge seating in the back. I really like that about the Shastas. You can pick really your own layout to make it as comfortable and homey as you would like. these, of course, are going to have better fuel efficiency than the full size. So, definitely something to consider. Shasta always includes brand name appliances in their motorhomes as well, so you know you're going to have amazing reliability for your stove. Shastas have wonderful designer interiors, oak cabinet fronts. It's just super comfy and cozy. Now the full-size Shasta, we get plush carpeting. You have a large dinette and a roof air conditioner. Swivel captain's chairs, and your large bedrooms include inner spring mattresses instead of just the foam. I really love just the overall cozy feel of the Shastas. Really, you're gonna want to spend sometimes more time inside of your RV than outside because of how comfortable and cozy it is. Just like with the Mini, there's a bunch of different options for how you want your layout to be. You can see kind of the size difference between them, between the various full size. So Regency and Roadmaster series. So, something to think about with your selection. So, knowing what you told me, my recommendation is the Shasta Mini. Shasta is so comfortable. You get different designer choice fabrics so you can make it your own. And the mini size motorhome is so much easier to drive, much more fuel efficient, but still just as comfortable. Just look at the kitchen, and that's on the Shasta Mini. Looks like it could be right at home. I just think the Mini is going to suit you really well. Yeah. Wonderful. Let's take a look at the layout options here. The two minis are the Tough Light and the Freedom. The Freedom is a bit smaller than the Tough Light. Okay. So, now personally, I prefer the bathroom of the motorhome being at the back. I think it's the most comfortable for everybody who lives there. compared to the bathroom being right here at the entrance, right by the driver, things like that. So, my personal favorite is this layout right here. The bathroom is right here in the back. There's also a bedroom right here. The kitchen is also in the back, conveniently by the door. You have your dinette right here, across from the kitchen. And also this area, which will convert into bedroom for the nighttime. And you also get that extra bunk bed right at the front. Yeah, I just personally quite like this layout a lot. Right. I would like to show you some of the fabric options. Personally, we do our own customization here. So let's look at the coloring. And use our fabrics here to compare. You can see that the Chasaminis have all this beautiful, rich oak wood everywhere. It's just very cozy and warm. And we have this Forest Rents fabric. Definitely see how it goes really well with the wallpaper and the yoke. We could also do something quite bold with this foresty red fabric. Definitely more of a statement. Now this fabric would be all of your upholsteries here. Also your driver's chair. So it's going to go mainly in the seating area, the dining area, as well as where the driver's going to be. Also have this very soft plaid fabric. It's a bright red with yellow. Personally, I really like the feel of this fabric. It's incredibly soft. It can be a little bit warm, however, so if you're going to be spending a lot of time in the southern states, then this might be a little bit too toasty. But you can just feel how wonderfully soft it is. Now, I really like this fabric too. It's definitely more wintry. It's the deer and the bunnies, the sage green and cream and brown colors. It also has a little bit of a hint of snow falling with some glitter in it. This is a little bit more of a rough option, the fabric though, so keep that in mind. Next is probably my recommendation for you. It says pale peach colored fabric. It's the lightest color, so it's going to stand out and brighten up the space. But it also has this very delicate floral pattern on it with just a hint of greenish blue. Finally, we have this fun, bright salmon pink fish design. We have a lot of nautical customers, and they love a little fish nautical theme in their motorhomes and campers. So if that's you, of course, it's a wonderful option. It's very cute, and it's more subtle. It's not such an obvious design. Okay. Okay. Now that we've selected the fabrics, I'm going to just put your order in. Moment to do that. Then I will tell you a couple of helpful things that you're going to have. So, we're going with the mini Shasta with the back bathroom bed option. We're going to do the lounge on the right side and the tie knot on the left. So, just top of it. Alright, wonderful. For fabric, we're going with the light peach floral. And that's going to be on the upholstery color. Some customers want to do a full customization of their motorhomes. Personally, I don't recommend it unless you're very particular about everything, but a lot of stuff you can kind of DIY later once you do get the motorhome. Doing it all in-house is quite expensive, and I really only recommend it for our more super wealthy customers. I don't think it's necessary at all. I think the design of the Shasta is already super cozy and wonderful. It doesn't need a lot of the crazy customization. Alright, so now that we have that set up, I want to let you know that with your purchase, you're going to get a 1-year full membership to KOA. Yeah. Do you know what that is? Let me explain it. I'm going to put it in here while we do that. So KOA is a large directory of campsites all across the United States. It has a very recognizable yellow and red triangle symbol. And with your membership, you're going to get priority reservations through their telephone, so you don't have to wait on hold and all of that. Their campgrounds typically have swimming pools, They're really pet friendly. They have laundry facilities, camp facilities, RV hookups for your electric, your water, all of that. So you're really gonna like it. And they have tons of locations all across the United States, close to all of the national parks. So it's gonna be very, very convenient for you. We're also going to get you set up with Good Sam. It's our affiliated roadside assistance, and you will get 6 months of Good Sam for free. So if you ever have any problems on the road, you'll be able to give them a call, and they will be out right away to fix a flat tire, to tow you for free to any local mechanic to fix any issues. So you can really feel good, totally safe on the road. If any emergencies happen, you'll be fine. Alright? And we're going to include in your motorhome, once you pick it up, a really convenient big book of all the national parks with their numbers for calling and making reservations, and any local interesting things that you can make reservations for. Now they tend to prefer making reservations by phone compared to by mail like in the past. So you'll have all of the convenient numbers right there in your motorhome. Yeah, so I'm going to make sure we include that book. Membership and Good Sam. I also want to get you hooked up with one of my favorite travel agents who can help book you and plan all of your national park adventures. Okay. It's a good thing to note that for the national parks, it's good to have a travel agent because they can get you in the door. A lot of people plan their national park visits sometimes months in advance, so slots can fill up fast, and spots in some campgrounds, even the KOAs, can fill up fast too. That's why the KOA membership is going to be really helpful. They'll kind of try to get you in there faster with that. Alright? Okay. So, very, very excited for you. It's going to be so much fun. And the timeline for this, typically about 2 to 3 months. I know it's a long time to wait, but we will do all the customizations, and we typically order these directly from the manufacturer. We can check if there aren't any already made available on the lot that we can customize with your fabric choice, but typically they will manufacture based on all of the choices we made today. Alright, yeah, we'll give you a call really soon.